Welcome to Here for All of It, the podcast where we talk about all of the things, the real stuff.
Where nothing is rehearsed or off limits and the best stories come with a home-cooked meal.
And maybe a Manhattan or two. We're your hosts, Tracy Spears
and Chef Shannon Smith.
Join us as we discuss all of the things that we've learned as we've moved about the world for the last 60 years. Whether it's the real, the raw, the funny, the mistakes.
Or the later in life love story.
Anyway, it doesn't matter. We're just glad you're here. All right, so welcome to episode 2. We're not going to remember all this, but on the second we can tell you that episode 2. The first episode is in the can, obviously. Hopefully you've gotten to see it. And we talked a lot about just how we met. Let's continue that. But also, we left at the end of the Duca salad. So I wonder, I hope you all got to try it. So let's just talk about that for a moment. Just in the rearview mirror, have you had a lot of, what's the feedback you get from that?
Well, it makes an appearance in many of my dinners, particularly my around the world dinners, which is where every course is a different country. I throw that one in. People love it.
I love you just mentioned that because, let's just for a moment. So you are a chef. You travel all over the world. You do that. I'm gonna act like you're not here, and I'll just tell people about you. You go into different, like the old city, which we'll talk a lot about that, and you learn how to cook authentic food based on the region that you're in. Mm-hmm. And then you come back to Tulsa and you post on your website, hey, I'm going to do a dinner based on wherever you have just been or whatever. And so how do people sign up for that? And what's been the experience? And what can someone expect if they want to do that?
Well, they have to be in my website data bank because those are the people that get notified. So it's chefshannon.com and they get notified a dinner's coming. If it doesn't fill up, then it goes out to social media, but that usually doesn't happen. Yeah. They go pretty fast.
So when you say that, somebody can go sign up for your website, but this feels like a giant sales pitch. But listen, you're welcome because every recipe that you have is on that website. Mm-hmm. That's what's so amazing. So all you got to do is give your.
Thank you.
All right. So anyway,
I mostly enjoy cooking for you, though. I mean, it's the truth. I haven't really had. I mean, I was single for 5 years before I met you, and I hadn't been cooking for anyone special at all until you came along, and you're so appreciative, and so I love cooking for you. One day we're going to tell the pot roast story.
We'll tell the pot roast story. Let's tell this story. The reason I'm so grateful, I grew up in a trailer with mom and dad, but my dad was in charge of me at times because he worked a midnight shift, doesn't matter, and he would open a can of SpaghettiOs, leave the lid on, and then he would have to put a giant teaspoon in so I wouldn't cut the edges, cut my fingers. And he would hand me the can. It was SpaghettiOs or Beanie Weenies, ravioli. I hated it when he did it with the chili. I'm not going to lie.
Because it was cold. I mean, it was room
always
temperature.
Cold, but the chili had that film.
Yeah, that's kind
of... Anyway, but but he ate it too, so he wasn't giving me anything he
Did you like school lunches?
I love the school lunches. I couldn't wait to go to school. And I did not know I was on one of those programs because, I never showed up with any money or anything. But I would stand in the office every day at lunch and I would hand crank these giant Memorex. You know what I'm talking about?
Yes. Making copies.
Yeah, copies
for the teachers.
That's right. So that was how I paid for my lunch. But it was a great trade.
What was your favorite meal for lunchroom meal?
Hands down, the bean chowder.
Chowder.
Yeah, it was called the bean chowder, and if I could find that recipe, I would beg you to make that. So
I'm gonna look into that.
What about you though? Was your upbringing? Were you eating cans of cold SpaghettiOs?
It wasn't cold, but I grew up. I mean, we're the same age. Yeah. We're 2 months apart, and so we grew up in the same era. But my mom did not enjoy cooking. She cooked. And we had dinner on the table every night. We lived out on a little ranch. She didn't enjoy it, but her food was fair. A lot of canned food, a lot of hamburger meat, TV dinners. Wow, that was like a treat when we got, that meant we were having a babysitter when we were going to have TV dinners or a Stouffer's chicken pot pie. Loved those.
Okay, so our Stouffer's meal was the potatoes au gratin or the macaroni and cheese.
Yes.
And you had to choose one or the other, and that was the meal. It was not a side dish. So like my mom would come out and go, do you want potatoes au gratin for dinner? Or do you want macaroni and cheese for dinner? I'd be like, 100% usually it was going to be macaroni and cheese. And so like I ate an entire thing. That was it. That was what our dinner was. Oh, but it was amazing. Yeah.
I always liked the Salisbury steak, but it came with peas.
You hate
I don't
peas.
like peas.
Why do you not like peas?
I don't know.
That's so funny. If it's green, you don't like it.
No, there are a lot of green things I like, but I'll eat peas, like fresh peas out of the pod.
Okay.
But if they were canned in a mushy, no. So anyway, I don't know how we got. So we do talk about food a lot.
Yes. Well, listen, as you'll learn, we don't do this scripted, which is good and bad. But we're very stream of conscious.
And we're both very ADD.
Yes.
And we're both stories we're like little squirrels all the time.
Exactly. And I don't even know how this started yet. We're going to go back to when we ended the last episode. Mm-hmm. We mentioned that I phoned in Torchy's Taco, or I was about to, and you said, don't, I'll be right over. Mm-hmm. And you come over with this most beautiful coffee-crusted salmon, scalloped potatoes, and I think the Duca salad, which hopefully everybody has gotten to enjoy by now. And that was like when you walked in, because had you been to the house at that point?
I'd been to your house once.
Okay.
And this was in November, December, when I was doing a lot of holiday dinners.
That's right.
For corporations and stuff. So when you texted me, or I texted you and said, what were you doing? You're getting ready to DoorDash. I was just finishing up one of those dinners. So I didn't just throw all that together for you.
Dang it. Well, I did not know that.
But I made extra.
Okay.
Knowing that I was going to feed you.
Really?
That is the truth. You were always on my mind.
That is so funny.
Willie Nelson sang it best. You were always on my mind.
Well, I did not know that, because you would be a great poker player, because there were no tells other than when we were together. Like, I could just tell by your energy, and you would text me back pretty quickly, or you would text me. But you became more and more aloof instead of us getting closer. But you kept showing up.
That is true, and it's kind of strange.
Oh, my biggest fear is that you were not going to be affectionate, because at some point, and this will make sense a little bit later, I was like you. We hugged in the beginning, and then we didn't hug at all. And then we hugged a lot. But anyway, in that middle part, like you were.
I would run from you.
But why? When you walked into my house for the first time, you had the craziest. You said something like, "Oh, like I didn't expect this," and I wasn't sure.
Your house?
Yeah. Like, what is it you didn't expect? How a lesbian would live? Like, what were you thinking you were walking into?
There's so many things about you that impressed me, I was constantly not shocked, but just shocked.
Yeah,
really. I mean, from the first time I met you, you were so beautiful, and you dress so well, and you have amazing glasses, and I mean, your personality, all of that. And then you invited me to your house, which you had just moved into here in Tulsa, and I'm thinking, I wonder what her house looks like.
How does a lesbian live?
What does a lesbian house look like? That's how naive I was.
Did you think you were going to go into the woods and it was going to be like I don't know, like
a
log cabin?
We were going to have a fire pit in the front yard, and Birkenstocks lined up, and
well, I mean that might be happening.
So you give me the address, and this was early on.
What you didn't know is I had been living in an apartment for almost a year after my divorce. And I was so glad that I did not tell you, well, I live in an apartment.
Yeah. That would have been fine.
Oh, it would not have been. I'd have never seen you again.
That's not true. I'm not that big of a snob. But so I pull up and I come in, and it was the energy in your house, in your home. Okay, this is where we're filming. We're filming in Tracy's beautiful home. And I walked in and she had my favorite candle burning, which we had talked about on that very first night, which is the nest, the hearth.
Yes.
Hearth is the fragrance.
That's right.
I mean, even in the dead of summer,
I
we
might have
burn.
bought 5 or 6 of them after that night. Just saying.
My house is full of them because it makes me think of you.
Good.
But you had that going. You had a fire in the fireplace, like a real wood fire,
Yes.
I noticed.
2.
Your decor was amazing, but this room behind us, where all the books are,
That's why I bought the house.
and it's just so cozy and welcoming, and the art. And I remember I didn't know what to say. I was just, but it fits you. It just fit you.
But it
so
didn't fit what
perfectly.
you thought it would. Thank you. But it didn't fit what you thought it was going to be.
Well, I had some false expectations.
You go into my closet and the
Okay, well, that's different.
Okay. All right.
So she takes me upstairs. She gives me a tour, and she takes me upstairs. We go in her office. We go in the guest bedroom, and then she says, "And this is my bedroom."
And I think you said something like, "Oh, where the magic happens," or something, and I was like, "Oh."
Well, I don't think I said it. I was thinking it.
I think you said something.
I mean, it's
that I
always
was like,
weird to go into somebody's bedroom.
Is it?
Yes, it
Okay.
is.
Do you like go in straight girls' bedrooms and have that feeling? Is it weird to go into straight girls? Okay.
No.
So like your straight friends, they buy a new house and you're going in their bedroom. You know, like no one's weird about that. It was because
Yeah,
of how
that's
you were
probably
feeling.
true. I don't know. Probably could, but her closet. So she has.
You didn't even look at my bed. I just want to say this. You go.
I know.
You just like
I
went
was
right. Because is that a stereotype? Like, would a man? And
I don't know what this.
Okay, but I don't know the answer to this. Would a man take you on the tour and then get in there and say something super creepy and like expect you to jump in bed with them? Is that your experience?
Is that my experience?
Don't act like you don't have a lot of experience, because I know you do. You told me. So what?
Well, no one's telling. I don't remember.
Oh. Come on. Like, I mean, would that have been the expectation if a man said, "You want to see my house," that you would end up in bed? That's the question.
I'm sure it's happened before.
I don't recall. Would you like an attorney? You should like her attorney right now to step in.
So we walked.
Drink up.
We walked in
Shannon.
the bedroom, and I'm like, shielding my eyes from that,
Mm-hmm.
and I walk into the closet, which is a beautiful closet, and it's big and extremely organized. I mean, just like
Of course.
organized.
Of course. Like creepy organized? Like, uh-oh.
Not creepy,
Okay.
but I have never, this much, black blouses, white blouses, plaid blouses, shirts. Then there are the blazers, and that like goes from there. Blazers, and then there are all the sneakers, and the Birkenstocks,
There's a few. Yeah.
and it was that was startling for me.
What was startling about it? Because they were all the same color?
I have to be honest.
Do
Do
it.
it looked masculine to me.
Okay.
And I thought, but when you dress, here's what's different. When you dress, you're so feminine. And
that
there's nothing
true?
wrong with dressing masculine.
That's true.
I mean, I wear blazers, but just to see it in your closet,
Interesting.
it was just different for me.
And
And it was funny because now I share your closet.
Yes. There are a lot of
there are a lot of flowers in there now. and now I see it, and it's just normal.
Yeah.
It's
Well,
just-
were you expecting like plaid?
I was expecting
flannel
nothing.
shirts.
I
Yeah,
didn't know what
boots.
to expect. Now I did have a lot of ideas about what I thought to expect in a lesbian's home, and which didn't all fit with you. And they're probably
Do it. Say it.
they're kind of silly. And we did a little TikTok about it, and I don't even remember what I said exactly.
I
in
remember
that.
exactly what you said.
So this is my stereotype. This is my naivety that I
Okay.
have, having known so few.
Five lesbians now at
Five
this
less,
point.
and never been in their home.
And you couldn't name the other
Or
four.
never-
You're just saying four because you think somebody.
No, I
was
can
a
I can think of 4, but I haven't been in their closets or their home.
Well, that's
I would
good.
assume
That's good to
that
know.
most lesbians wear a lot of chapstick.
100%. Of course we do. That's a yes.
They all
Do
have
you need some?
Birkenstocks,
Pretty true.
flannel shirts.
I mean, doesn't everybody?
They all drive a Subaru.
So you didn't say that on the first one, but like 10 people jumped in and said, "You didn't say Subaru." So.
And the irony is that I used to drive a Subaru. Yeah,
You should
a
have
red
known.
one, a red
You
Subaru.
should have known.
I assumed they all know how to start a fire. They all drive a pickup truck. They can all change a tire.
100%. Yeah, all of that is true. The pickup truck, the fire, the tire.
I can't even think. There's probably so many more.
Okay.
But I did have all of these kind of expectations.
You know what's fascinating about that is because I think all of your family and friends, when they found out that you were dating a woman, and they were gobsmacked. Let's just be honest.
Mm-hmm.
And they doesn't matter. And
Well, it does, and we'll
I'm
get
gonna
into
talk about
that.
that later. But like, just they probably felt like what you're saying right now. So that's interesting. I
Yeah,
always love
I'm
knowing
sure
that.
they're all waiting for me to come out in my plaid shirt and Birkenstocks.
You have to do it.
Which
You have 3 pair of
I have
fucking
3.
Birkenstocks.
I've never. Yeah, I have 3
Do you
pairs of
love 'em?
Birkenstocks. I do. I get it.
Oh,
I get it. I don't use chapstick. I'm still got my lip gloss. I'm
Yes.
not going to chapstick though.
You're not okay. Well, we'll see. Anyway, okay. So let's go back. So you come into the house. You bring the salmon, the coffee-crusted salmon, all the things. We have a little dinner. So I'm pretty sure at this point, it's on.
Mm-hmm.
So I'd asked you if we were dating. You said no. Okay. Never dated a woman. Would never date a woman. All things you threw the fit, and then you stayed 2 hours, and then you left. So after the salmon, you're like, I have to go. And it wasn't the alcohol. I walked you to your car, and I was like, I feel like she wants me to kiss her at this point. So like, I'm just gonna have to. So I tried to kiss you, and it was the worst experience of my life. It was horrifying. I was horrifying because you recoiled it was. I'll never forget that look on your face, and you're like, what? And I was like, I know what, I mean, and then you jumped in your car and you drove out of the.
Oh, I wanted to just drive into the river.
Well, I walk into the house like, okay, I really have been misreading this, and I am now humiliated beyond belief because I knew that was going to be the story. So I thought I have to immediately make it funny. So I sent you a text and said, well, you're the worst kisser ever. That was the worst kiss I've ever had. What did you reply?
I'm like, same for me.
So what are you thinking in that, though? We haven't ever talked about that I remember.
So this is what was happening to me. I was falling in love with you.
I mean, why
I wasn't
not?
just
But weren't
falling
you
for you.
curious? You knew a kiss was coming.
This is the truth. I could not imagine kissing a woman. It was just, I couldn't even, I couldn't get there. It's like, I really falling in love with her, was you.
Yeah.
But I don't know how that works.
We'll talk about how that works in episode 3.
And I was like, I mean, I've only kissed men. I've kissed a lot of men.
Did you notice the emphasis on a lot of men? Because while we were being friends, I got to hear about all that.
You
That
did.
is
No,
so what? Not only did I hear about it from you, I heard about it from your friend Shelley.
yeah, Shelley needed to just cut.
Shelley decided that I should know all of the men that Shannon and what her type is, and she gave me a lot of. Yeah, shout out Shell, thanks. That scared me, the bejeebers out of me. I was like, oh, because at some point I said to you, when we did start doing a little kissing, I was like, you're going to need to take a blood test. So I'm going to need to know what your experience. And you were like, okay. So, because
Yeah.
I was scared, like, you know,
I know. Well,
lesbians.
but then
What?
you'd had your share of fun throughout your
But
lifetime.
we are like the lowest risk of STDs and all that. Like a bunch of I never sit around with my lesbian friends and go, man, I got an STD from her. I mean, that just doesn't happen. Like,
Well, that's what we do.
I know it scares the shit out of me. And now I'm going to tell you something for the first time ever. And it will now, I've never breathed a word of this, and my doctor that you now go to can confirm it.
Uh-huh.
After we started having sexy time, I went to her and I said, I need to be tested. And she's like, for what? I go, I don't know. But I said, but she has slept with men. She's like, well, let's just wait and see if something shows up. And I go, okay, that's fair. And that was it. Because I was so scared of all of that.
Well,
Does that make you
we're
mad?
deep in. No, I mean that.
But I mean, I'm 60. I'm not like 22. Like at 60,
No.
you know.
Well, you know what they say about the nursing homes now. Highest STD rates, percentage-wise, are happening at these assisted living and
But I'm
nursing
going to tell you,
homes.
it's not the ones that a bunch of lesbians are in.
That's probably true. That's probably true. Okay, moving on.
So where are we at this point in that? So you leave. The kiss is awful. I'm sure I'll never see you again. So as you drive away, were you like, oh, she just ruined it? Or were you like, okay,
No,
I just ruined it?
I
Who
just
ruined
ruined it.
Really?
I just ruined it.
So okay. So you thought what? Do you remember what you thought? Did you want to turn? Did you want to circle the block and come back and go, let's try that again? Or did you drive 100 miles an hour to your house?
I drove 100 miles an hour to my house and got in bed and put a pillow over my face. Yeah.
Did you call anybody on the drive? Did you call Shelly?
No.
Yeah. No.
That was another thing during that time. I wasn't talking to a lot of my friends about it. I was really dealing with this alone.
Is that better? It's probably better because they would have been like, what are you doing? Or would they have been like,
I don't
you
know
should
what.
try
I mean,
it?
it really, no, I just chose not to, which is why once I made the decision, well, and this is the truth.
Okay.
A lot of my struggle was I thought so highly of you, and that I did not want, this was not going to be just something I was going to play around with. This wasn't going to be something, I wasn't going to hurt you by saying, oh, let's try it and just see. I mean, I would have done that with guys way back in the day, but never would have wanted to do that to you. I had thought I need to make a decision, and I was close to it. And when I make that decision, I am not turning back. This is it.
That is so. I'm feeling the gravity of that right now. Like I was not asking for anything other than let's date. And on my end, and all of the gay women that are listening in on this, there is a rule: do not date a straight woman. Like she will break your heart. She will be curious, and because it would shock you how many straight women married to men would be like, that'd be kind of interesting. That'd be kind of fun. Or my husband would kind of like to watch. Or all that. Like it's that. Like
and I'd heard of that.
Had you ever done it?
No. Oh gosh, no.
Okay.
No.
Your husband was never okay.
No, but I'd also heard from the one or two friends that did know about us seeing each other, was what I had heard was gay women love to
bring women out.
Bring women out.
Yeah.
Straight women out. It's like a rite of passage. And I even asked you that one time.
Which was hilarious, by the way. You were like, oh, so once you get someone, then that's over. And I was like, what are you talking about? Like, I'm gonna hand you a toaster and then never see you
I was
again.
kind of testing you on that, but in reality, I knew you were not that kind of person.
Oh, God, yeah.
I knew there was you would not be like that.
No. Listen, this is the truth. The risk of that, and when you're wrong and you care deeply about somebody, I don't think it's unique to being gay. I mean, it's always a risk when you enter a new relationship and you go all in, and the other person may or may not go all. I mean, that is the worst heartbreak, I think. So no, but well, I can't remember, and I don't know if you remember what happened the next day, but I remember we just started texting again like it was fine.
Mm-hmm.
And when we did, I was like, oh, I've got to, this is not going to work out. Is that when Thanksgiving happened? Because there was a little bit of a separation for us then. I don't remember. Seems like, we're a little fuzzy on the dates. Doesn't matter. But so you at some point, Kathy, shout out to Kathy Taylor. Kathy invited me to go to a concert. And I send you a text and I said, hey, you want to go to, I think that's what it was. Go with me to the concert. And you replied, oh, my best friend's coming in town.
Shelley.
And then I thought, holy shit, she's sleeping with Shelley. Like, that's what I thought. I thought, because you're digging me and all the things, but then the kiss, and I was like, but I think she wanted, but no, she's dating Shelley. That's what I thought. And then you said, no, I'm not going to go. I'm going to go with Shelley. But is that when you offered Ann Camille?
I said, I'm sitting here with Ann Camille.
That's right.
Who we talked about in the first episode. Ann Camille, I introduced to you at my dinner at the farm bar.
That's right.
So I was
Who's
eating.
beautiful and lovely and I just adore.
So I'm sitting there eating dinner with her, and I said, I'm sitting here with Ann Camille. And you said, texted, because you were out of town.
Yeah, I was in New York. And
well, would Ann Camille like to go with me to the concert?
Because you were a hard no. No, I'm going with Shelley. And I go, oh, well, see if Ann Camille wants to be my date. And I was kind of being fun and funny.
So here's the truth.
And you replied back, go ahead.
So Shelley, we were not planning to go to that concert.
What?
But she was coming into town. She was coming for the weekend to stay with me. So I couldn't go with you to the concert. Now, Shelley knew about you and I, that we were kind of seeing each other. And she was struggling because she was my dearest best friend from college.
Struggling because
she was afraid that that she would that our friendship would be altered because of you, which it has. And and I love Shelley so much.
I know you do.
And I did not want to hurt her. And she was coming into town. When you asked me to go to that concert, I said, I can't go. Shelley's coming. And I was thinking, I'm getting tickets right now. That way I can see Tracy and we can go. Yeah.
How do I not know that till right now? I thought you had
because
tickets.
That's what things come out in podcasts, I think. So Ann Camille sitting with me, and you said, would you like, do you ask Ann Camille if she'll go with me?
She'll be my date,
yeah. Ann Camille, you want to go? Yes. I said, Ann Camille's going to go with you. So you assume that I'm trying to fix you up with Ann Camille.
Exactly.
Well, Ann Camille knew the whole story. She knew how I felt about you. So immediately...
I thought you were trying to set me up with her for the next 30 days.
I immediately
which was not convenient.
Get on Ticketmaster and find, because I knew you were going to be in a suite.
That's right.
So I find very expensive tickets so that we would be on the same floor as you.
That is
And
crazy.
I buy tickets for Shelley and me, and we go, and we go to dinner with you. And
it's Little Big Town and
Sugarland. Sugarland.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah, and Sugarland.
Jennifer Nettles.
Yes.
So
I love Jennifer Nettles.
Oh my gosh, she was amazing.
We're sitting at the dinner that Shannon has organized for us. Shout out to Lisa Lindigan, Farm Bar.
Yeah, her other one, yeah.
And I said, well, we can't be late. The Sugarland's about to start. And you're like, oh, let's just skip them and go to Little Big Town. And I was like, oh no, like I would rather see Sugarland, Jennifer Nettles. And you were not a fan.
Yeah, I was a fan, but I was enjoying the conversation so much between the four of us, I didn't want it to end.
I see.
But
I didn't know if I was witnessing you and your lover and
Shelley?
And I'm being set up with Ann Camille. I mean, I didn't know. Imagine though, I was confused for 2 months solid about you.
I know. It was hard.
It was. So anyway, so we go, and at the end of the concert, you turn to Ann Camille and you say, you should see Tracy's house. And I'm like, oh, okay, it's on. It's fucking on with Ann Camille. I go, yeah, Ann Camille, you should come to my house. I'm like, okay.
Now I'm starting to get jealous. Like really jealous.
Yeah.
I'm thinking, what have I done here?
Well, so you all agreed you were going to come to my house the next Sunday night. So we leave the concert, and I'm like, I remember, I'll never forget it. I called Cindy and I go, well, I mean, I have bad news and I think good news. Shannon's not an option, but I mean, I really like her friend and Camille. Like, I didn't know
I
what
didn't
was
know you
happening.
liked her so much.
Of course you knew. You knew immediately that I liked her. She is the most likable, and you know that. There was never any chemistry like that, but at that point, that's what I thought was going to happen.
Okay.
You knew that. This is not the first time you heard it.
Yeah, you did have a lot of connections with her, with books and things.
Yeah, same music, same books and all things.
Yeah.
And she's madly in love with her husband, by the way. So shout out to Greg. It's all good, Greg. Nothing ever happened. I'm just telling you. I'm, spinning some story in my head. I was spinning some story in my head because I don't know, because you're just not an option. This was the turning point where we were trying to get away from each other.
I wasn't trying to get away from you.
Okay. Well, it sure seemed like it.
But I mean, it was the same turmoil. It was.
But one of the next times I saw Shannon, she came to pick me up to go to lunch. And I don't even remember how that happened, but doesn't matter. And so she is in her car, and I jumped in the car, and I grabbed her by the arm, and I go, oh my gosh, I haven't seen you in so long. And she literally, I was on I grabbed you. And she took her arm and jerked it and like put her fist through her own window in
That
her
was
car.
very dramatic. It was not like that.
Very dramatic.
It was not.
It was exactly like that.
It was kind of like that.
It was exactly.
I was still so afraid of you. I mean, really, to that point, and the part that you skipped was just a couple of nights before we had invited Aunt Camille over. Mm-hmm. And one of the things that you love to do with guests and with friends, and I love this about you, are the card games that you have. Yes. The Esther Perel, Oprah Winfrey, they had these games.
Anybody's Guest, shout out Anybody's Guest.
And Anybody's Guest has wonderful cards. It's a shop in Tulsa. So we would go around and we'd pull the cards and we'd talk, and they were very philosophical, very thought-provoking questions, and we would share stories. And so we had done that for like 3 hours. We cooked and did all of that. And then...
wait a minute. Can I say something?
Yes.
Okay. So they're going to come to my house for dinner. So we leave the concert. They decide they're coming over to my house on Sunday night.
Right. That's the night.
On a Sunday night. And so, and I'm like, sure, I'll make everybody dinner. And so I go to my friend Pam's house, Pam and Cheryl's house. And so I'm sitting there and I said, oh my God, I have like good news and bad news. They're like, what's going on with it? Doesn't matter. So I said, I've got to make dinner. What should I make? So I sit there for 2 hours and decide I'm going to make the one thing I know I can make. And it is a beef tenderloin with a blue cheese cream sauce on it. And I'm going to go buy the salad from Stone Horse, the black and blue salad, because it's so good and why not? And then I'm going to have to figure out I was going to do baked potato. So I can crush this. And yet I had just moved into this house and I had never used that grill. Mm-hmm. And so I was like, it's too risky. I can't make that for the first time for you as a chef because I didn't want to do that. So we have this big conversation. So I decide to make the entire meal the day before you come. And to
practice?
To practice, because I needed to know how the grill worked and all the things. And so, but before I do, I have a meat thermometer that I'm very specific about. And I have this stuff called hardcore, which is what I like putting on hardcore or carnivore.
It's a meat rub.
It's a rub. Yeah, and I can't get it in time. So I get in the car and I drive 45 minutes to my cabin. And I buy all the things, I get all the things, the carnivore and everything, and drive all the way back, go get all the things, because I'm going to do the practice run. And so as I get home and I'm about to do the practice run, Shannon sends a text that says, hey, don't worry about dinner. Aunt Camille and I are going to bring everything. And I was like, and I had all that food already in the refrigerator.
Wow.
Which we never do that. But I was like, do I say, no, I'll make it, don't worry. Or do I go, okay, that sounds great. And I said, okay, that sounds great. Because I was too nervous to make dinner for you. So there you go.
Well, that was an important night because of so many stories that we shared. And so we planned to do it the next Saturday night again.
Yeah, so at 1 o'clock, midnight on that night, I said, "You guys have got to go." I had like a 8 o'clock something, doesn't matter, and so you all leave, and I have now decided, because that night you walked in that door, and you went around me. You did not hug me at all, and I knew from after that night, I go, "Oh, she's not setting me up with Anne Camille. Anne Camille is madly in love with her husband, and this is now not happening. I now need to get away from both of them." So that's when I knew, oh, there's no setup here. That was when I figured it out. And so, but you all had set up another dinner.
And right before that is when I picked you up for lunch and threw my arm.
That's right. That's right.
Because
Well, I invited Anne Camille to New York.
right. Well, you invited me too, and I couldn't
You
go.
were no. And then so I said, well, I said, Anne Camille,
Forget you
I said,
invited
I did,
me.
but I said well, Anne Camille, do you want to go? And she said, I'd love to. When is it? And I said, well, we leave Tuesday and come back Wednesday. And she was super excited about it. And then she said, oh my gosh. So I knew it didn't matter. It didn't work out. So anyway, so then I was like, oh no, this is yeah. All right, so is this a good time to go cook the salmon? Because I feel like I don't know how much time it is, but
we've come to the Saturday night that was so significant. So I think maybe we wait for that one.
I think we're going to suspend the story here, because the next story you hear on episode 3, but do not leave, because you're about to see how to make the best salmon you've ever laid your lips on. But we'll pick it up from what happens from I am never going to see these two people again ever to we're sitting here doing a podcast. So let's go do is it coffee-crusted salmon?
Coffee-crusted salmon. And you're making a cocktail.
I'm going to make, yes, I'm going to make a dirty martini. So there you go. All right.
So I know I've made this for you a couple of times,
Not enough.
but I learned how to make this in Grand Cayman.
Okay.
There was a chef named Chef Benny, and he taught me how to make this dish. We made it in his kitchen, and that was probably 20 years ago. I've been making this recipe that long, and it's so good. So there's 3 parts to this recipe. There's the salmon part, there's the salsa part, and then there's the glaze part.
Okay.
And it's really easy to do. And I have everything already prepped. So I'm going to do the salsa first. That's what goes on top. So this is a mango, and I just peeled the mango. A mango has a big stone in it.
Okay.
Okay,
Like
so
a peach.
it's a little bit tricky how to cut it. So you take your knife and you try to go down the side of. No, it's not like a peach. A peach has a stone, but this is like a rectangular, like a stone, really. I mean, so you get 2 nice sides, and then you get on the edge of the stone, you get 2 little wedges. So this right here is all stone. Now, this is the best part. You can kind of chew around it, which is...
You stuff away, though.
You want to chew it around it?
Sure.
Okay. I'm going to chop up.
I think it'll...
Good job.
Could I throw it away if I don't want it?
Yeah. They are
That was the greatest household catch ever. Right there. So glad that's on film. Nobody eats that. Were you pulling my leg? Are you fucking with me?
No.
See, I wouldn't
They're
know.
they are kind of slimy, but that catch. Okay, because I'm not really, this is not the appropriate knife, but.
So that's a tomato knife.
I know, it's my favorite knife in the whole world.
What kind of knife would you normally use? Because
a chef's
teaching people.
I know, a chef's knife, I mean, it's working.
Okay.
All right, so I'm just trying to and I'm also in a hurry. So, all right, here I go. Here's my.
Why are you in a hurry? It's all good.
Because I'm trying to do it fast.
Okay.
Okay, so here is my
They're
mango.
gonna stay because they want to make this.
Okay, so when you're buying a mango, don't buy a rock hard mango. It's kind of like when you're buying an avocado.
Yes.
It's got to have a little give to it.
Okay.
And there are a lot. Did you know that in India, there are hundreds of varieties of mango?
No.
Yeah. Most of them are grown in India. So,
Are they
all right,
the
that's
same color?
they're all pretty much yellow inside, but you can buy the outside is different colors. Here's another fun fact.
Tell me.
The peel of a mango has the same chemical properties as poison ivy. So a lot of people think they are allergic to mango when they're actually allergic to the peel of a mango.
What?
Yeah. I'm allergic to poison ivy, but I'm not allergic to mango. So it's a weird thing.
I immediately started itching.
It's the truth. All right.
So you said, just for a quick, because I
Yeah.
have had so many people, like I've heard them say they are allergic. If they are making their own mango, that's when they get the reaction. If they're just eating it after it's been peeled,
They're probably not allergic to the fruit part.
I see.
They're probably allergic to the peel. So if they've touched it,
Yeah.
and then so what they should do is wear gloves, get rid of the peel, and then just eat. Just try the middle.
All right.
All right. This is jalapeno, minced up. This is a little red onion, and this is red pepper, and
Beautiful.
a little salt, little olive oil.
Should I show them the salt pig?
Do we have it?
Yeah. Yeah.
Give it a little stir. It needs a little lemon juice.
This is salt pig.
That is a salt pig.
It was the first gift you brought to me.
Uh-huh.
I'm a little concerned that when I raised the appliance garage, you all saw something. So I'm going to show you what you saw. So what you saw,
Oh,
these are my dad's favorite. This is my dad's favorite dessert. And so my dad's 82. His name is Bob. He's got a little memory issue. We haven't talked about Bob yet. If you are a TikToker, you know. But it's very hard to find these. So I found them, and I'm going to drop those off to him later.
that
so
is
that's why
so great.
you see orange Hostess cupcakes in there. All right.
Okay, so this is the salsa. It's a little normally I chop it a little bit finer, but
Okay.
this is going to go on top of the salmon. All right, so we made the salsa.
Okay.
The glaze. The glaze is right here. It's nice and simmering, bubbly. This is orange juice,
Okay.
maple syrup, and chipotle.
It smells like bacon. When you say chipotle, what does that mean?
Chipotle is a type of chili. It's a jalapeno that's been smoked and dried. And I actually use the powder, but you could use it out of the can in the adobo sauce. I cooked it down to where it's kind of a syrup.
Say that like it's very common. I've never heard of any of the things you just said. I have eaten at Chipotle, and I love Chipotle. I'd rather eat Chipotle than Qdoba, but
Chipotle is also a chain of Mexican
that's what I'm saying.
restaurants.
I'd rather eat
But
that.
an actual, that comes from the chipotle, which is a dried jalapeno that has been smoked.
Okay, good
Okay.
to know.
All right, so we've got our glaze. You heard what was in there. Now I have salmon. I do like to use wild
I was gonna say that's
salmon.
That's not the light orange salmon that
This
I have
is
seen.
wild, not farm raised.
Okay.
I'm not a fan of farm raised for a
Okay.
few reasons. But so
What
this,
are those reasons? Is it because it's not as flavorful?
you don't know what the farm is like. I mean,
Okay.
it could be that it's a very massive part of the ocean that's where they're raising these salmon and they're kept clean and all of that, and that would be a good thing. But also sometimes they put them in these like pools where they're like all right, they're pooping and then they're eating it and so they're not real healthy.
Okay, well I hate farm raised salmon now.
Well,
too,
unless you know,
yeah, that's fair.
I'm gonna buy the wild.
Okay.
Okay, so here's the coffee crusted rub. So in this bowl, this is just coffee grounds.
Okay.
Okay. Starbucks, doesn't matter. So equal parts coffee, equal parts dried cocoa. Cocoa as in unsweetened cocoa. Don't use what's it called? Hot chocolate mix. That's got sugar in it. Unsweetened
Baking
cocoa.
It's like baking.
Yes.
Bakers use.
Yeah. Brown sugar.
How much? Doesn't matter. You have to go to chefshannon.com.
Yeah, you got to look at the recipe. Or, you know what? It's in this book right here.
Oh, shameless plug. We love it.
In the Caribbean chapter.
Autographed coffee.
Little chili powder.
Let me just stand here and hold it for the rest of the...
Little garlic powder.
I'm going to put it by the orange cupcakes.
And salt and pepper. Okay. Gonna mix that up. I have been told by people that this is the best salmon they've ever had in their life.
No, 100%. Not because I love and adore you. It is. And that night when you brought it over, I just remember after you left, I thought, I'll do whatever it takes to give that again.
Oh,
It's true.
Thank you.
True. It is true.
Okay, I've got it all mixed up. On this plate is some oil.
Just plain olive.
Well, this is olive oil, but you can use sunflower oil, grapeseed oil, whatever. So this has the skin on it. I'm going to use the non-skin part. I'm going to just rub it on the oil.
But not the skin.
I mean, I can just to keep it from sticking in the pan, but I'm not going to eat the skin.
Okay.
The skin's going to melt off.
Okay.
Okay. So I'm only oiling it to keep it from messing up the pan.
Okay.
Then you rub it into the rub like that. Put it back on the pan. I have a pan back here that is super hot. Like I call it screaming hot. You can also do this on a grill if you want, but really on a plancha, you know, or what are the?
I got nothing.
What are people? The Blackstone, you know those.
No.
Everybody's getting them. It's a cooktop.
Are you talking about what I have out there?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That's called.
If there's a brand, I can't remember.
All right. That's called.
So got that. So now, this is a dry skillet. There's no oil in there, but it's freaking hot. I'm going to take these and I'm going to put them the coffee side down.
I was getting hot. I turned it down.
Did you turn it down?
I didn't know this was down.
I'm going to put those in there.
So the
and
skin side is up?
Yeah, skin side is up. Now, the important thing is you don't want to burn the cocoa. You don't want to burn all that stuff. So I'm just going to leave it on there for maybe a minute and a half, 2 minutes, and then I'm going to turn it.
Hey, Siri, set timer for a minute and a half.
Meanwhile, will you make us a cocktail?
Yes. So I just pulled out the Kettle One vodka. I'm going to use, shout out to my friends at Elevated Craft. Thank you. This is the Diamond Edition. Other than the ribs on the side, I'm not sure why, but it is lovelier than the other one. And I'm just going to tell you this. It looks cleaner longer. The other one that was smooth, I like this better.
Yeah.
Reminder inside, it tells you how many ounces that you're using. The Kettle One is my preferred, and it needs to stay in the freezer all of the time. No, it does not freeze. Here is the recipe. However much vodka you put in a third as much vermouth. So I'm going to put in, let's see, 3 ounces of vodka. And then I'm going to use the dry vermouth, so not the same vermouth I use as Manhattan's. And I'm going to put 1 ounce of vermouth. This is so easy. Pour it in here. I already put some ice in this. It's going to be obnoxious to shake it for too long, but I'm going to let you shake it for me. And so while Shannon is shaking that,
Here, I'll do it away from the mic.
Okay. The mic is on your chest. So there's 2 kinds of olives. There's the, okay, that's good. Thank you. There's the blue cheese stuffed olives or just the plain martini olives. Thank you, my love. Which olive do you want?
Blue cheese.
The blue cheese. All right. And so you've seen them shake this and you think that it's all for show. It's not. The longer you shake it, the more the little ice slivers you get. So I am a huge fan of that. And there's one more thing I need. It's the 2 frozen glasses. And if you go on Amazon, maybe I should not say this, but there's the, oh, please, I haven't gotten those yet. Oh, thank you. There's the Nick and Nora. And Nick and Nora is a brand, I don't really.
Of what?
Glasses, these glasses. That's what they're called. Nick and Nora.
These little glasses?
Yeah.
We use these all the time. I love them. I didn't know you got them on Amazon.
Yeah, the Nick and Nora collection. Now, if you want a dirty martini, all that means is that you want olive juice in it. So I'm going to use the blue cheese olives. Because chefshannon.com likes them. And then I'm just going to pour a tiny splash in here. So I'm not a big dirty martini, just a little bit. And I'll also say this. There is a brand called Dirty Sue, which is that you just buy the olive juice. It's pretty good. But I think we'll do this. Let me tell you what looks better than these martinis is what's coming out over here. So do you want to try this before? No. Well, we'll just go to you.
No, you keep.
All right, here. Well, you got to toast me. All right, so this is a slightly dirty martini.
You know I'm not a big martini drinker, so
You're going to love this, though. Cheese.
Okay.
Cheese. Cheers.
You got to look me in the eye.
I did. So, you know, if you don't look your partner in the eye, I don't know which camera we're on, but if you don't look your partner in the eye when you toast, it's 7 years of bad sex. So let's do that again.
This is really good.
I
love. I'm a kettle girl too.
I know, but you act like you don't like those because you always want a Manhattan. But I think those are very savory.
No, it's very refreshing.
Okay. Can I say one more thing about my olives? These are the giant olives. There's a difference. Sometimes I'll go to someone's house and they'll have those little tiny ones. These are the Spanish Queen olives, so I highly recommend those. But I'm not gonna lie, the blue cheese stuffed, they have garlic stuffed. It does flavor the drink a little bit. So there you go.
Okay.
But enough of all that. Let's lay our lips on this. Wow.
I feel like it's supposed to have an herb in it.
You do? What kind of herb are you thinking?
It could have. I can't remember what I normally put. Maybe cilantro.
Wow, those are hot. Should those be up there?
What?
That whole thing is hot.
I don't know.
Wow, I don't think these should be. These herbs are cooking. There's lemon pepper. Wow. You know what I love is that we just like, let me just see.
What did I forget?
Let me see what I just. You think you forgot something?
No, it doesn't have an herb, but it would have. Here it is, in the book. Hey, it looks pretty. Not too bad. It's pretty close.
Exactly the same.
I was thinking it had something in it, but it doesn't.
Okay.
All right, get your fork out.
All right, so
what are we going to talk? What are we talking about next?
Okay, well, listen. So there you go. So the martini, the salmon. What is coffee-crusted, cocoa-crusted salmon? And I think that's it for now. On the next episode, we've got to get to the point where Shannon professes her love to me.
That is the next step.
That's the next step. But anyway, this was definitely on the way to that. So thanks for tuning in. Love you, mean it. We'll do it again soon. Thank you for tuning in to Here for All of It. We love sharing a little bit of our day with you, and we appreciate you sharing yours with us.
Hit subscribe so you never miss an episode. Share this with a friend and join our community because we want you here for all of it too.
Thank you so much for being with us. Love you, mean it.